Hi everyone. Good afternoon and Assalamualaikum. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Atika. I am MPC Secretariat from Membership Department. We are commencing today program soon. Please be ready and make yourself comfortable. Welcome to the MPC Webinar CPD program, Knowing Your Role Financial Planners and Financial Advisor Explained, which will be presented by Mr. Andy Ng Yang Heng from Great Eastern Life Assurance. Tentatively, this program will be start at 2:30 p.m. until 4 p.m. Short briefing to all the participants before we get started. Number one, this program is eligible for 2 MAPC CPD hours. Number two, for CPD certificate, For MAPC members, the certificate of attendance can be downloaded or printed after 10 working days after the event at First MAPC portal under Events/CPD and click My Event History. While for non-members, the certificate of attendance will be emailed to the participant after 10 working days after the event. Thus, without allocating the sentence, let me introduce our speaker today, Mr. Andy Ng Yang Heng, hold a Bachelor of Economics, University of Malaya, Diploma in Banking and Finance, IBBM, and a Fellow Life Management Institute, FLMI, Loma International. He holds a Registered Financial Planner and Shariah Registered Financial Planner, Shariah RFP, and he achieved Best RFP Student 2007. He has been serving MAPC National Council in various roles since 2009, and he is currently the Secretary. Besides, he is currently the Head of Center of Excellence and Agency Digital Platform, Great Eastern Life Assurance. He is actively involved in Liam Agency Distribution Working Committee to promote professionalism of agency force in the industry. He is also a certified master coach, ICF. Dear participant, I just want to inform that actually Mr. Andy Ng is still recovering from COVID-19. We wish he can finish this session successfully. So without further ado, it's a great pleasure for me to introduce our speaker today, which is Mr. Andy Ng Yang Heng. Please welcome. Mr. Andy, the floor is yours.
All right, thank you. Good afternoon. Atika, can you just respond to me? Can you hear me loud and clear?
Yes, clear.
Okay, let me just share my screen first on the slide before I address to the crowd. Okay, you can see my slide, Atika?
Yes, I can see
the
slide.
All right, good. Very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. First and foremost, welcome to this webinar. I was told that you have a few hundred of you all. Right now, you have about 189 of you. It is not a good session after lunch, but I hope that you're going to have sustaining power throughout the next 1.5 hours. I must again apologize because my throat is getting not too good. I'm just recovering from COVID. So if I have intermittent coughing, just please excuse me. Maybe I need to drink some water. All right. If it's good, can you give me a thumbs up to encourage me, please? Any thumbs up to encourage me? Otherwise, we have for me to have the energy to go. This is my 5th day of COVID. I'm still quarantined at home. Thank you so much for your encouragement. Okay, once again, a very good afternoon to all. I call it financial practitioner. I was told that today you have about few category of your participants over here. First category participants who are financial practitioners, who are not licensed either FAP or FA. They're agents, insurance agents, or unit trust consultant. Some of you are licensed financial planners, some of you are licensed financial advisor, and some of you are consumer, right? So today, as I share with you, I'm sharing with you on my position as MFPC secretary, not so much of representing my company as head of training. I'm actually helping out the ethics and compliance committee to drive and promote the professional agenda, which I think something that we are placing much important. Now, let's move on from here. Now, these are the areas that I'm going to share with you. Some are basic for those who are financial planner, financial advisor, but do keep along with the conversation. You have about 1 hour and 15 minutes for me to share, and another 15 minutes or so for you to have a Q&A. First, I'll just start out with very basic 5 pillars of financial planning, recap on it, and the regulatory requirements for financial planner and financial advisors. What are the regulated activities? This is very important. What are the minimum qualifications to be licensed as FP or FA? what are the regulated destination? How do you use your destination and your role and the financial planning process? And of course, very important that I coming here as MFPC secretary, I'm also a consumer. I'm not a practitioner. I don't sell, but I'm driving the agency force to sell, to promote the product. So I'm also coming in as a consumer. So I'm sharing with you from my perspective of consumer, what do we expect as consumer, all right? And I'll share with you some kisah benar. You're wondering what is this kisah benar? Kisah benar means the real life story of misusing of financial planner and financial advisor designation in the market. And also the last is that, what about the expectation from those designated financial planner and financial advisors? This topic was started with Ms. Chang Kai-yin, our executive directors, when we do receive some feedback from authority saying that number of our members in RFP are not adhering to the regulated policies and procedure in using the designation. So this is where that we want to drive the message and create awareness among all of you. What is the way forward? All right. And many of this information that I'm sharing are basically facts that I've captured from the Security Commission Licensing Handbook, FPAM, Financial Planner website, and of course, Bank Negara FA and FSA, and as well as MFPC, SC Consumer Guide, and also the Financial Advisor booklet. So some of these are familiar, but let's hang on to it. Now, first, very basic 5 pillars of financial planning. All of you are looking at it, this is kacang putih, right? But why I look at it and review this is very basic to you is that I will connect it the dot later part. 5 pillars of financial planning. Maybe Atika, can you just capture in the chat group and write it down? 5 pillars of financial planning. First pillar, insurance planning is fundamental. It's like your house. The foundation of financial planning is insurance planning. Once you have done that well, investment planning. Once you've done that well, move on to retirement, and thereafter tax planning. And of course, the last piece to hand up the entire financial planning is your distribution, which is your asset planning. Very basic. Now, with that in mind, move on to practitioner in servicing these financial planning services. Regulatory requirement for FP, financial planner. What are the licenses under the CMSA, Capital Market and Services Act, CMSA? There are 2, CMSL, CMSRL. Let me just go back to PowerPoint here. Now, this is something that a lot of the practitioners should ask me. What is this about? The CMSA, Capital Market and Services Act 27 mentioned there are 2 licenses that you need to carry on what they call this regulated. First is CMSL. You must have a license called Capital Market Services license to carry on these regulated activities. This CMSL refers to a company entity. And what is this CMSRL? The only difference is R, Capital Market Services Representative, which entitle individual to carry on 1 or 2 more of these regulated activities on behalf of the principal. The principal here is CMSL. So the representative is CMSRL. Okay, got it? Now, first thing first is that first license for a principal entity must have in order to carry out these regulated activities is CMSL. But for an individual to represent the CMSL, you must also be licensed CMSL in order for you to conduct regulated activities. Otherwise, you cannot carry out this called regulated activities, of which many practitioners are not aware of this. What is this regulated activities? Now, today I'm not here to promote either of these business model, whether it is going to be agents, whether to be a financial planner, whether to be financial advisors. I'm coming in as the secretary of MFPC. I'm going to be very impartial, independent, and also I would not go detail into the actual licensing detail of both FA and FP. But there's one regulated activities that I want to highlight to you. that I presume many of you are not aware is this called financial planning. What are regulated activities? These are all the list of regulated activities. Briefly, there are 8 categories, and one of these categories is financial planning. So what I'm going to go through is this financial planning. Why I started with the financial planning pillar? Because of this called regulated activities. You may be wondering, I started with financial planning, 5 pillars, and now Andy here is telling us that financial planning is a regulated activity. So what does that mean? Meaning that, can I provide financial planning or can I not provide financial planning because it is considered is a regulated activities? So what it means is that before you can carry out these regular activities, you need to be licensed CMSL, or if you're an individual representing the principal, CMSRL, before you can carry out this called financial planning, because financial planning is a regulated activities. All right, I will touch a little bit more on that. Now, permitted activities subject to conditions set out in the paragraph. CMSRL holder for financial plan is allowed to provide specific advice on the capital market on all this. So if you are licensed in CMSL and you are permitted to provide regulated activities in financial planning, and these are the list of the what they call this the instrument that you can distribute. Just hold on. The instrument that can distribute. There are a lot. I will not go into detail of this. Now, please refer to the SC licensing guideline on some of specific requirement that required for you to distribute some of these very refined investment securities. But safe to say that financial planning is part of this called permissive fund, and permissive fund is categorized under this. And these are common, right? Unit trust, private retirement PRS, wholesale, and REIT. Okay, so remember this word, financial planning, and it is very significant to many of you later part of the presentation. So now with the CMSL, you as an individual, the CMSRL is relevant to you. Now then, what is the requirement, qualification for you to be qualified to be a CMSL applicant for financial planning? Because before you can provide financial planning, because financial planning is a regulated activities, you need to be licensed and you need to have this qualification. So the qualification is very simple: 3 module of CFP or correspondent Islamic financial planner. Right? Complete minimum 3 module as and retirement and the financial plan construction. Right? So for CFP, you need to have 3 module minimum in order for you to meet the minimum requirement to apply to be licensed. To apply here, that's subject to the SC authority to approve. Apply to be licensed under CMSRL. All right. Now, of course, that you also have MFPC RP. You can also correspondingly take RP, of which 3 module minimum to meet your qualification requirement. Module 1, foundation of financial planning, investment planning, and retirement planning. All right. Sharia correspondingly is fundamental of Sharia, investment planning, and retirement planning. Same thing to MFPAA, chartered financial. These are the older qualification. All right. Now with that, now big picture. So who are these licensed financial planner? In snapshot, licensed financial planner basically a company. So you individual here, you cannot say that you are a licensed financial planner. You are a financial planner representative of the company. So the licensed financial planning company is a company, and you are here, if you are licensed, you are here as a licensed financial planner, a professional who represent the financial planning company. Both company and financial planner are regulated by SC, regulated under CMSL, CMSRL. All right, clear? Let me just move on. Now, this is pretty complicated as I research on this slide. This is from APPEM. Now, if you assume that you are already a CFP holder and your license or you're not licensed, doesn't matter. APPEM has this regulation on how to use the licensed financial planner designation over here. So in the APPEM, it says that to recap, financial planning is the licensed activities, and only members who possess CMSL, which I mentioned just now, and CMSL for the individual, allowed to hold themselves out as financial planner and use the term in the business card. So meaning that only those who are licensed under this, you can put the word destination financial planner in your business card or your brochure or your flyer or maybe your website. Now, what is the correct destination to use to be printed in your website, in your business card or whatever? It says that the correct destination to be printed should be called your licensed financial planner, your individual. Of course, the company is called the licensed financial planning company. Now, but it does say very interesting here. Licensed financial planner, regardless of whether the member possess CFP mark or IFP. What does it mean? Because that, remember, just now I mentioned to you, what are the minimum qualification requirement to be licensed under CMSRL? It's basically 3 minimum paper. 3. When you completed 3 paper, you are eligible to apply to SC, supported by a principal company for CMSRL license. Right? 3 paper does not qualify you to be a CFP holder. Right? So you are just purely 3 paper completed, eligible with the minimum qualification requirement to apply for CMSRL license. That's about all. So therefore, what it says is that if you have qualified to be CMSRL, but you only have 3 papers, right? You can use licensed financial planner, regardless whether member possess CFP or Islamic. So whether you have full-fledged or not, doesn't matter, because you meet the minimum 3 paper requirement. Then you can use licensed financial planner. But for those CFP certified members who are not licensed under CMSL, some of you here could have completed your CFP. Like me, many years ago, I completed my CFP, but I didn't continue to renew my membership, so I cannot use the CFP in my biodata just now. So for those of you who have CFP full-fledged, but you're not licensed as a licensed financial planner, you can only use this one, CFP certificate TM, trademark, on your business card or your website. I'll repeat. For those full-fledged CFP certified financial planner holder, some of you, but you're not licensed with the SC as a CMSRL, and you're not a licensed financial planner, you can only use this short form called CFP certificate trademark in your business card or your website. And you cannot use this certified financial planner or Islamic financial planner in the business card. The logic is that what is important is this financial planner. What SC regulator want to ensure that the practitioner carry themselves out as a financial planner, provided the person has met the regulatory requirement. So the regulatory requirement is very simple. You have met the minimum qualification, you apply for the licensing, you met the licensing criteria, and you have a proof with the CMSRL. Therefore, the moment you approve, you can say that you are licensed financial planner. Next is the way you write the title. The title means your title is licensed financial planner. Your CFP title. Your CFP title, if you are a member of FPAM, you are also licensed financial planner, then you can use certified financial planner full. But if you are full-fledged CFP, but you're not licensed, you can only use this abbreviation called CFP. Cannot use this because the moment you use this, but you're not licensed under CMSL, you are seem to be holding yourself out that you are a licensed financial planner, even though the word here is not called license, it's just certified financial planner. In a way, the consumer will deem you as you are a financial planner, even though the word is license, certified are two different words, but the regulator want it to be differentiated and make sure that it is not confusing. They want clarity, so the consumer will be able to differentiate that, oh, only person mentions licensed financial planner, this person can carry out regulated activities in financial planning, right? But if you're not licensed, even though you have this called certified financial planner qualification, but don't use the big word called certified financial planning. You cannot, right? Can only use this abbreviation CFP, short form only, right? Because the moment you carry this way, it will be seen as this, and they will take it as, oh yeah, you are also a financial planner. Actually, you're not. You are just certified. You are just qualified in certified financial planning, CFP only. All right, good. If good, can I just move on? Now, I'm done with the FP, financial planner. Now let's move on to another category, which I hope that you'll be appreciative, particularly those who are not licensed. What we call is financial advisors. What is approved financial advisor? Persons approved by Bank Negara under the Financial Services Act to carry out financial FA, financial advisors, refer to persons approved by Bank Negara under FSA, Services Act to carry out financial advisory business. Now, what is financial advisory business? All right, let me just clear. First, analyzing the financial plan needs of persons in relation to insurance product. You'll be wondering, a bit interesting. Financial advisory business somehow confined a bit more to insurance products. Second, recommend the appropriate insurance product. Third is that sourcing the insurance product from licensed insurer, means that recommending, arranging a contract closing for salespeople called closing. So first, analyzing the needs of the person in relation to insurance planning. Second is recommend appropriate insurance product. Third is the sourcing the products from an insurance company. And of course, fourth is that closing, signing the contract of insurance. And of course, any other activities that may be prescribed by the FSA, right? Now, same thing. Just now you have financial planner, CMSL, financial planner, CMSL, refer to financial planning company. The CMSRL, R representative, refer to the persons who represent the principal. Similarly, you have this designation called FAR, Financial Advisors Representative, means an individual, right? Whether it is employment, acting for, on behalf of the approved financial advisor to perform for financial advisor in any services relating to financial advisory business. In short, very simple. FAR, in short, FAR is the licensed person to represent on behalf of this FA. FA is a company, entity. So FAR is the individual, like some of you here, represent the FA to carry out what? To carry out all these activities. All right? Clear? Now, clear, let's move on. So, FAR, what are the minimum requirements to carry out financial and Islamic? I would not delve a little bit more further into Islamic because whatever I mentioned here is conventional, but correspondingly, Islamic is the same, all right? So what are the minimum requirements to carry out financial advisory business under the Act? Now, first of all, FA is a company, is a corporate, is an entity, it's not an individual. So this FA is the company incorporated under Companies Act. Second, you must have a minimum capital of 50,000, right? Minimum capital of 50,000. And this FA must purchase a PI insurance or takaful coverage of at least 200,000, professional indemnity. And of course, at least one of the directors has to be a qualified FAR, right? And those who are involved in Islamic, have financial advisory, must be also qualified Islamic FAR, right? So these are the minimum criteria requirement for company to be licensed as a financial advisor to provide financial advisory business. Now, then what about the minimum requirement for FAR representative, financial advisor representative, right? A bit lengthy, simple. Also, just like the financial planner, FAR must complete the mandatory knowledge. First, foundation of financial planning, risk, financial planning, risk management insurance, this is one module, investment planning of either RIP or CFP. So the qualification for FAR by modular, not much different from the qualification requirement for a financial planner under the CMSRL, all right? First module, foundation in financial planning. Second module, risk management or insurance planning. Third module, investment planning, all right? Either from RIP, registered financial planner, or CFP from FM, all right? And if it's Islamic, these are the corresponding program for Islamic, right? And of course, I underline here, financial advisor rep must be engaged on a full-time basis. Must be full-time, right? Whether you're currently engaged, employed by another company, it must provide a letter undertaking that she or he will resign upon approval. So meaning that if any one of you are basically FAR, you must assume this role as a full-timer, meaning that you are not expected to have another employment or position or role beside this FAR. So if you have, it says that you must provide a letter undertaking that you must resign during the application, all right? So for FAR, it is a full-time role, not a part-time one, so that you can uphold the professional standard, all right? Now, this is serious one, very serious. In relation to one of the main reasons that MFPC, in discussion with Ms. Chung, why we have this awareness program is that the penalties, this is serious, penalties. Section 139 says that except with the prior written approval of bank, no person in his names or description or title under such person carries on business or in the conduct of business, use the word FA unless such person is approved under this act. So meaning that if companies or person can be a company, right? Entity are not being licensed, you cannot use FA, right? strictly no financial advisors. So what about the penalty? Any person who contravenes subsection 1, this one, subsection 1, commits an offense, this is serious, commits an offense and shall on conviction liable to imprisonment not more than 8 years, fine no more than 25 million or both. I repeat, for those company who have not gotten approval but use FA, and there will be a potentially fine up to 8 years, up to 25 million or both. So this one, like Po Chu Kang say, don't play. Atika, can you type it down? Penalty is section 139 FSA 2013. This is important so that we can remember here, right? Move on. Now, just now I mentioned about the guideline on using the CFP or the licensed financial planner and the CFP and the certified financial planner designation. Now, the guideline on using MFPC designation. Clause 22, very simple. Is about only members who meet the requirements of ordinary or fellow membership and continue to remain ordinary or fellow membership, you can use a title, a designation called RP. Excuse me. No. Just excuse me. Apology. This is the effect of COVID. Now, let me repeat. Under clause 22 of MFPC Constitution, it says very simple, only members, ordinary members, fellowship members who meet all the requirements and continue to be members can use designation of RP or Shariah RP. Simple as that. If the person, they are not members, if you're not members, right? But you have completed your RP, you cannot use the designation RP or Shariah RP. So, tak boleh. 不可以用. All right? Simple as that. So, clause 22, MFPC designation. Atika, can you type it down? Only members, ordinary and fellow membership can use RP or Shariah RP designation. A non-member shall not be entitled to use the designation RP or Shariah RP. So, 不能够用, tak boleh. Even though you have completed your RP or Shariah RP. So that wise is very simple. If you have completed your RP or Shariah RP, please go and apply lah. Simple as that, so that you can proudly carry your designation in your business card or in your website. As simple as that. So don't save the money. It's very cheap membership fees. Right? So my encouragement is that the moment you completed your RP, you should celebrate by applying to be membership of MFPC and start to use your RP designation. So don't keep it to yourself. Apply membership. So non-members, cannot use at all. Right? So there is no difference between the way you use it, either RP or which is RP. Remember just now the CFP. If you CFP say if you have completed the qualification of certified financial planning. If you are not licensed, you can use the title or the designation called CFP Certificate Trademark TM. You can use that short form only. If you have completed the certified financial planner and you're also licensed, then you can use certified financial planning. But if you are not licensed, even though you have completed CFP, you cannot use the word certified financial planner because it may be deemed as misrepresenting yourself as the licensed financial planner, between the word certified financial planner versus licensed financial planner. But for RP, there's not much different. You can, if you are qualified to use, if you're eligible to use, doesn't matter we use RP or registered financial planner, is okay. As long as one condition, you must be a member. So I want, I think I type it down again to recap, to reiterate, must be a member. And please join as a member. All right. Let's move on. Now, this is a very very busy slide that I captured from the security. Is it Security Commission Consumer Guidebook? A snapshot of all the destinations in the market. Because here you have insurance agent, you have unit trust consultant, you have financial planner, you have financial advisor, you also have some of you are consumer like me. So this is a snapshot, and please pay some attention so that after you go through this, you have a good clarity of why are there so many destinations for the consumer. And for some of you who are not licensed like an agent, then you'll be have better information awareness and more well informed. What should I do after this? All right. Comparison of the common type of financial and investment professional. First type, financial planning company, refer to CMSL license, right? And financial planning representative, those with CMSRL. Now, financial planning company and their rep licensed by SC. Okay, licensed by SC. So the FP are basically first, the company is licensed under CMSL. The rep is licensed under CMSRL. All right. So the financial planner are independent person who so-called coach, whatever the word called, guide you as a consumer on your financial objective in your financial plan. You say financial plan. All right. But provide a direction of each areas of a financial investment plan and review your financial plan from time to time. Licensed by SC. Now, you see, this is very important. If you are here, you are CMSRL, you are representing consumer. Mewakili, Malaysia mewakili. You type out. You represent consumer. You don't represent a company. So remember, if you represent FA and FAR. FA again, a company. Hold on, there's a message here. Internet connection unstable. Okay, I hope you can hear me. FA company licensed by Bank Negara. Now again, provide what? Financial advisory services. While the FAR, the rep, are the one representing the FA to provide advice on insurance products and other services related to financial advisory services based on the financial needs and circumstances, right? And somehow the differences here is that between here and here is that here it does say that the focus is insurance. Here the focus is more on the financial plan, constructing the financial plan and investment plan. Here FA focuses is more on insurance plan. Licensed Bank Negara, same thing. They represent who? They represent consumer. Mewakili consumer, type of consumer, not the company, not the insurance company. All right. So far, so good. If it's so far, so good, can I see some thumbs up from you all before I move on? Any thumbs up? All right. Good. Let me just move on. Now, for those who are so-called not licensed financial planner, not licensed financial advisors, basically those unit trust consultant or PRS consultant, or of course unit trust agent, doesn't matter, right? And unit trust consultant or unit trust agents Now, basically, they are attached to a unit trust company or PRS provider, right? So both of these are under this FIMM, right? So your role, in case you're here, your role is to provide suitable unit trust products, meeting the risk appetite and the investment requirement of your client. Licensed by who? Licensed under FIMM, not Bank Negara. And you represent who? Represent the unit trust company that you are tied up with. Example, Public Mutual, One DBS, Manulife, you represent that. You are representing that. You are not representing the client because you are merely an agent of the unit trust company. You are holding an agency contract with the so-called unit trust company. So therefore, you represent the unit trust company. All right. Now, I skip this one. I just jump here before I go back. You have unit trust. Agents or consultants. Now, insurance tech agents basically they represent only one principal insurance company, primarily selling and promoting insurance policies, products, acting on behalf of insurance company licensed by either Liam or PIAM. PIAM is General Insurance, Liam is Life Insurance Agency Association, or MTA for Takaful. All right. So licensed by PIAM, Liam, or MTA represent insurance company or Takaful. So your representation is the same like unit trust consultant, represent the company, unit trust company. Here, insurance company. All right. Now you have another category of financial professional role here. Whatever name you call it, some call it financial consultant, some call it wealth manager. Who are these people? Mostly they are banks employed financial practitioner, employees of bank. Of course, here they say that some of them use different title. Some of them call personal financial consultant. Some of them call insurance specialist. Some of them call a wealth planner, wealth specialist, whatever lah. I'm not meant to confuse further, but these are all different title for banks employees to promote financial services product, be it insurance product, and be it investment product for the bank. So licensed by who? Banks are licensed and regulated by Bank Negara. Because if you are so-called bank's employees promoting insurance products, you are supposed to license under Liam also, right? Similarly, unit trust, they're supposed to license under FIMM as well, right? They represent the commercial bank. They don't represent the client. All right. Now, with this in mind, let me just share with you here. This is one of the gist of the things that that is the main purpose of this webinar this afternoon, is that misusing of FA and FP term. I want to show here is that maybe Miss Chang Kai name is here because this was a letter from an email from the one of the regulator all mask off you can see here. And carry out title financial planner, all right, and they're not licensed. So these are serious stuff. That means to say that not recently, April 2022, right? So what I'm going to share with you here, I call it Kesa Benar. There are quite a number of Kesa Benar, all are mask off, no company's name, no individual name, nothing. It's just an example for you to be aware of, and if you're using it, please check whether you are in the right position to use the title. All right. So this is for awareness, not meant to create any more confusion, but it's for you to really know that this is Kesa Benar now. Case number one. All right. Case number one. This is like okay. use financial planner, claim to be registered MFPC. First of all, this person is not members of MFPC. Maybe he's studying it. Maybe he's in the midst of studying RP. Don't know. All these are from website, social media. Maybe in the midst of studying RP, but use the financial planner term, financial planner, and studying MFPC. So basically, this is the person who's not registered with MFPC, not a members, and we believe it just could be either unit trust consultant or insurance agent. All right. So wrong to use financial planner if it's not licensed. Definitely, we have clarified, we have confirmed it is definitely no for this person. This is important. Case number 2. Case number 2 is very, very relevant to many of you. Common confusion. This is a company. This is company. Pay attention to this. This is company. This company say that provides financial planning and advice in personal financial planning. What does it mean? It means that this company say that the company said that I'm providing financial planning. So who are the one who is licensed to provide financial planning? Is those who are given the CMSL license, because financial planning is the regulated activities. Atika, can you type it down? Financial planning, regulated activities. So this company is not a licensed CMSL. Therefore, by putting in the website and says that provide financial planning and advice in personal financial planning, despite not being licensed under CMSL, this company is holding himself out to provide financial planning activities which is regulated. Therefore, AA. So SC will definitely complain. In fact, complain already. All right. Feedback given. So this company has since rectified. So understand? Cannot use if you're not a licensed CMSL, because financial planning is a regulated activities. You cannot say that I provide financial planning services in any of your business card, call card, website, blogs, whatever it is that. Cannot. All right. Now, the next interesting part is this. Remember what was the first slide? The first slide that I asked Atika to type down in the chat group. You go through the chat group. What was the first words that Atika typed in the chat group was 5 pillars of financial planning. What you're in, all of you are in, is that you are using financial planning concept to help your client to look at their insurance planning needs, retirement planning needs, investment planning needs, tax planning if you're qualified, and asset planning. So you're using financial planning concept. Then you say, Andy, wouldn't I am providing financial planning? So using financial planning concept is different from providing financial planning services. It's 2 different things. Right? I've seen quite a few, not only my company, other company, who actually use it loosely, provide financial planning. And the argument was that I am using financial planning concept, and I'm doing insurance planning, I'm doing retirement planning, I'm doing asset planning. Wouldn't this is called financial planning? Yes, but that is only using the financial planning concept, but not providing the financial planning activities, because financial planning services is regulated. Then the question is that you look at this website, the title here, personal financial planning. Personal financial planning. We know that everyone has their own priority in their financial planning. We will aid you in balancing Then you see, it's okay now. I did not put red color. I put a amber color, yellow color, because it's a bit gray. This one definitely cannot. You cannot say provide financial planning. Can someone put in their website and put personal financial planning, personal financial planning? Everyone has their own limit, and talk about what is financial planning. I pause here. Can or cannot? Or can be quite subjective. My answer is basing on here, as long as it is not seen as you are holding yourself out as providing financial services, financial plan services, then it is okay. Besides this, this is W, this is W. If it's only here, someone, a consumer, will look at your website and say that personal financial planning and what is personal financial planning? Talk all these things. It's about, explain about financial planning concept only, but does it mean that you carry out yourself as providing financial planning services? Looks like no. So as long as you don't hold yourself out as providing financial planning, then it is okay. All right. You're merely using the financial planning concept to explain what is this insurance planning, what is this risk management, what is this investment planning, because all this is a part of big concept of financial planning. All right. So as long as not holding yourself out in providing financial planning, Atika, can you type it up? Not holding yourself out in providing financial planning, then you are safe. You're okay. All right. So far, so good. Now, case 3. Sorry, a lot. Case 3. This person is youth wealth planner. This person interesting. This person is posting a job advertisement, I think. We are looking for fun individual who like a challenging job with uncapped posting for recruiting people, helping clients to do financial plan and risk management. So what do you think? Remember the way this person write? If this person is not licensed financial planner, but the way you write this way, helping client to do financial planning and risk management, that means this person is holding himself or herself out in providing financial planning. So no, wouldn't go. W. All right. Case number 4. Case number 4 is the company, right? It's a company. I mean, Microsoft, no name. The name of company is this name in front. Financial planners in the part. This is how I think because the moment you put financial planner, but this person is not licensed CMSL, right? And this website says, as a financial planning professional, I provide comprehensive approach to financial planning. Means this person is holding himself out to provide financial planning. Together, we create a profound financial plan. This person hold himself out in providing and constructing a financial plan. AA, right? Case number 5. Case number 5 is from an insurance agent, I guess. Where is it? Yeah, financial advisor. This case is merely an insurance agent, but indicated destination as financial advisor. AA. Definitely cannot. And of course, in addition of this, this person also using some illustration that is not within the marketing illustration of a company, also AA, right? Whatever you promote your marketing material to your client has to be in conformity with the marketing material of your company that represent, not your own illustration. All right. Case number 6. Case number 6. This is also an insurance agent, own self-illustrated kind of product illustration cannot. And this person is using financial advisor AA, not licensed FA. And in fact, besides financial advisor cannot, this is an individual because of the name here. This is also an individual. So what's wrong? They are double wrong. First wrong is that not licensed, so you cannot use FA. Second is that this is an individual. An individual, FA is not an individual. FA is a company. It's an entity. So unless you say FAR, maybe can make sense lah. No, financial advisor representative maybe makes sense. But this one double wrong. FA but individual, and not licensed, FA some more cannot. So both also wrong. Okay, this is also same thing. Financial advisor double A. All right, and this is an individual. All right. Case number 7. This is interesting. Case number 7, financial consultant. Can I just get some engagement with you guys instead of me talking? Can someone put a chat? Can or cannot financial consultant? This is real, okay, I did not make it up. It's from the website. Of course, these are some feedback from authority. Can or cannot financial consultant? Can someone put a 1? Put a 1 if it's yes, can. Put a 2, no. Can someone just type it down in the chat group? 2, 2, 2, 2. 1 is yes, 2 is no. Wow, mix up. Come. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Interesting. 1, 2, 1, 2. Some more. Oh, okay. All right. Wow. Combination. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. At least I know that I've achieved one objective, which is, hold on. I achieved one objective, which is to clarify, because I see a combination of 1. Some say yes, some say no. That means you have a mixed opinion. So if I can remember, you cannot remember a lot of things, at least you remember one thing. Financial consultant, the answer is yes, can be used. Can be used. So the answer is yes, can be used. Now, but then the next is that, why is it can be used? Can someone type chat group? This is more difficult question. I don't have gift for you. If I give, I can give it to you. I'm going to ask Ms. Chung whether I'll give her. Why financial consultant can use? Not regulated. Thank you so much. Yes. The word is very simple. Not regulated. What are the destination that are regulated? Financial planner, financial advisor. All right. Financial planning, the services. 3 only. The rest of them kind of like free for all. Remember the bankers, wealth planner, wealth managers, personal financial consultant, investment specialist, wealth specialist. What else? Name it. I cannot. Maybe 10 fingers. You can complete it. The bankers are using all kind of, because those are not regulated. So not regulated, free for all, can use. But that doesn't mean that we will use lah. All right, I'll tell you why later. Okay, is there any more? Okay, case number 8. Case number 8. This one I think I must also highlight on behalf of MMPC. Case number 8. It says that members actually misuse MMPC logo banners without the permission. So same thing, if some of you are MMPC members, if you want to use, you like MMPC logo in your website, especially, you cannot use it without the permissions from MMPC. All right, this is why I'm speaking on behalf of Ms. Chung Kai-yin. So very important. So don't use the logo without permission. All right. Now with that, very quick recap. I started with financial planning pillar. Now, financial planning process. I think I'll type it down. Financial planning process. It's very simple. 6 steps. You know what is it about, right? First step is about establishing the relationship. Second step is about data gathering. Third step is about analyzing. Fourth step about developing the plan, right? And implement the plan and monitor. These are all very, very, very common, very simple steps that most of you are applying, be it whatever role they're in, right? This is from the financial planning SC, right? Now, I also pick up the other, six steps from FA, financial advisors, right? The work scope of a financial advisors or Islamic financial advisor is the same more or less, but different wording. Establish the relationship, data gathering, analyzing, evaluating, developing and presenting the plan, implement the plan means that sign, closing, and monitor and review. So both this and this quite mirror. They serve the same purpose of doing a more structured assessment for your client so that you can provide the right, what they call this, solution for your client. Now, why am I showing this? Because something that is very fundamental, but it does relate to what I want to conclude of this. Now, knowing the financial planning, knowing key pointer that that was kind of concluded about 1.5 years ago during the drafting of the professionalism framework for the agency force, which is no different from insurance consultant, unit trust consultant, or financial planner. So it was the key point that was concluded during a workshop, high-level workshop at the Liang level. And what do consumers expect from a financial services provider? They expect the provider to be competent, knowledgeable, skillful, all right? Know what he or she is doing. Qualified. Now, qualified here can be referred to, must be licensed. If you are insurance agent, you must be licensed in promoting investment link as well. You need to be licensed, right? Instead of just PCE. If you are a financial planner, then you must be licensed in the CMSRL, right? So you must be licensed minimally. But qualified also can also means that you have more certifications. Maybe you have RP, CFP, you have master in financial planning, maybe. But the most important qualification here is that you are licensed, most important thing. You are providing the services that you're licensed to do, all right? That's the main thing. Third is that trust. Consumer expect the trust between the provider and the individuals, the company as well as the individual. Individual is the one who represents the company. So the trust is very important because you guys are dealing with the financials, the money, right, of the consumer. So therefore, trust is the most important. In fact, if I want to put trust would be the top lah, right? But not ranking in any priority. Trust is important. Integrity, honesty, right? Now, this is very important. Appropriate advice or recommendations. Why you go through this so-called all these 6 steps of establishing the relationship data gathering analyze and value and then developing the plan, implement the plan, and monitor and review. Because at the end of the day, that you want to provide the appropriate advice recommendation. Like when you're going to see doctors, I would expect the doctor to provide me with the right or appropriate advice what to do next with my sore throat, because I'm having a bad sore throat, whether should I take antibiotic or not, after this, even though I may feel that I'm recovering from COVID. So that's the appropriate advice that I expect from a doctor, right? Suitable financial product. A client would expect a practitioner to recommend a suitable financial products. Suitable. Because why I put the word suitable? Question is that the best financial products in town? Maybe I want to put a chat group. Is there a best products in town? Can you put a chat group? Yes, put a 1. No, put a 2. Thank you. I got it. I got it loud and clear. No, there's no best products, right? So more or less the products are similar, right? It's just a matter of different features, different charges slightly, different performance. It comes to unit trust performance. Some fund perform well, some fund don't perform well, some fund perform 10 years, some fund perform 1 year well. So at the end of the day, that it's not about providing or recommending the best products to a client. It's the suitable product, because at the end of the day, that what the client needs is a solution, right? Action plan and move forward. Ensure that the investment plan is being taken care, and the insurance plan is being taken care, and the distribution plan is being taken care in terms of will and trust. That's all. So there's no best products in town. What is important is that provide a suitable financial product that meets the requirement of your client. All right. Etika, while I'm sharing here, can you type it down in the chat group? Competent, qualified, trust, appropriate advice, recommendation, suitable products. Type in the chat group. Professional. Consumer expect practitioner to be professional. Uphold your professionalism. That is very important. Someone whom they can rely upon, someone they can count upon to service them, to do the monitoring and review. And a statement that many of you may not like to hear, or rather not a very popular statement. Many of you, or many of the practitioners, has a lot of clients, 100, 200, 300, 400 clients. But are you able to service and monitor and follow up with all your few hundred clients throughout the years? The chances is that most of practitioners lose touch with the client because there's no monitoring and review process. So, and many of them basically lose touch with the client after a while. Right? So professionalism is important, the way you carry yourself, and reliable, called upon anytime in terms of service and do monitoring. Upholding your professional standard all the time, applying the best practices in recommending a product, applying the right step in providing the appropriate advice is professional standard. Right? Client's interest first. Put your client first. It's not easy. It's not easy. But that's what client wants. That's what client expect. All right. And the last is that client expect long-term relationship. Ask around. Many clients who say that, oh yeah, the last time that this person who served me in terms of unit trusts and investment or insurance, or no longer in the business. With due respect, my apology, but there are many. So, but the client would like someone who can serve them long term, because you serve them generations. After serving them, maybe next round, the children will be coming back to you. So let me recap. Consumer aspect: competent, qualified, trust, appropriate advice, suitable financial product, not best. Forget about best product. Professional, client interest first, and long-term relationship. Right? Now, these are all expectations by consumer. So, what about then expectation from financial services practitioners like you all? How do you respond to this? Because if consumer expect this, how do you respond? Very simple lah. You may say this is called motherhood statement lah. You meet all the expectation of the client lah. Meet all the above expectation of client lah. If you can meet all the expectation of client, then you are considered okay lah. But it's easier said than done. But this is what been expected by the client. So the expectations that you meet the expectation of the client for this. Be competent, be qualified, be trustworthy, be professional, putting the client first, value long term, and make sure apply the right practices in providing appropriate advices and look for suitable products for them. Now, besides that, I would like you to pay attention. Good at what you are licensed or qualified to. I'm actually addressing a group of licensed financial planner, licensed financial advisors, insurance agents, non-licensed, unit trust consultant, or bankers, a consumer. What I mean here is that good at what you are licensed and qualified to do so. If you are an agent, insurance agent, be good at what you are doing as an agent. That's what I mean. If an agent, do well as an agent. Within the scope as an agent, insurance agent. If you are a unit trust consultant, do well as a unit trust consultant, if that is what you're licensed. If you are FA, financial advisors, representative, right? Do well at that. So let's stop it here. Good at what you're licensed and qualified to do so. If you are merely an agent, nothing's wrong with that. Make sure you do well as an insurance agent, do well as the unit trust consultant, and aim for higher, aim for MDRT, aim for even COT, aim for more. Do well in what you're doing. If you're a specialist in insurance, do well as a specialist. You are a specialist in unit trust investment, do well as a unit trust investment. That's all, right? Now, what about this? Optimize the opportunity to promote what you're licensed and qualified to do so. What I meant is that, what about those who are licensed as a financial planner and licensed as a financial advisors for this category? If you're FP and or if you're FP and or FA, optimize the opportunity to promote what you're licensed and qualified to do. What I meant is that if you are FA, you have more than one insurance products that you can serve the client. When you have more insurance products to serve the client, you have more choices, you have more selections for your client. In the sense, the expectation is that you should be able to do better than someone who just one company. If you are licensed FA and also licensed FP, optimize and leverage your opportunity to promote both, do well in the insurance planning requirement needs of your client, serve the investment, the accumulation side of your client as well. I repeat, if you're licensed in FA, licensed in FP, you should be able to, or rather you should expect to optimize the opportunity in front of you, meaning that you are actually qualified and licensed to provide both insurance planning and investment planning or wealth accumulation. My expectation is that you should optimize the opportunity and provide both for this. All right? So that you can basically maximize your qualification capacity because you're licensed in both. All right. So if you're not if you're licensed in both, but yet you're only in, say, you're licensed in FA, licensed FP, but you only concentrate in just FA, which is insurance, because investment is a bit too difficult to learn. Then the question is that, maybe need not license in FP, lo? If you are licensed in FP, because you're good enough in financial planning in terms of investment, but FA license, but then not very good in insurance, then maybe just license one only, no? Right? So optimize the opportunity to promote, because the client, most of the client would prefer one, if not two practitioners serve them. They may not want many practitioners to go after one client. All right? Because the market, both insurance market penetration rate, is very low. It's still only 54% conventional Takaful. A long way to go in terms of insurance requirements. The protection gap is still very far off for Malaysians. So it's still much market to penetrate. As far as the asset under management is concerned, fund management, for unit trust, for investment side is concerned, I don't have the statistics. It's still way off compared with developed country. If I'm not mistaken, the fund under management is less than 20% of the total capital, market capital. In developed country, the fund management, like unit trust, like asset management, is very high, at least 50-60% in developed country, because that is the maturity that the capital market is. But here, it's still a long way to go. So therefore, if you're licensed in both, remember this point, the third point, optimize both your licensing capability. All right. Now with that, I'll end almost here. Let me just share with you few questions for you to reflect on before the end of this my sharing. First question that I want to pose to you all to reflect on, and I would like maybe Atika to type it down, is that this is addressing to all of you. What is your purpose and your goal when you decided to assume your current roles? Atika, can you type it down? What is your purpose and goal when you decided to assume your current role? Your current role can be as an agent, as a consultant, as an FP, as an FA. Doesn't matter to me. Right? What is your purpose? What is your goal when you take up this role as a financial planner, and you take up this role as an insurance agent? Okay. Second question. Where are you now in terms of your performance? Where are you now in terms of your performance? i.e., achievement of your purpose and goal. Where are you now in terms of your purpose and goal? The first question about what is the purpose when you started off as an insurance consultant, example, or unit trust consultant. What is the purpose? So where are you now in terms of your goal? You started off as, oh, unit trust consultant, I want to be MDRT. So where are you now? Third question. What are the options available to close your performance gaps? You started off as a financial advisor representative, and you started off, I want to be MDR or COT, for example. Between 2 years, COT. So if you are not achieving that, so what are options to close this performance gap? Should you just focus in insurance, or should you leverage on the investment side to bring up the total revenue to achieve COT? Options. What are options to you to close your performance gap? And the last question, fourth question. What are the actions plans to move forward from here? Atika, I typed down this question in the chat group. It's for you to reflect. You may want to just snap a photo, take it back, our place talk, and mouth over it, and hope that they will give you some greater awareness of how you move on from here more progressively, right? My last slide. My last slide is, I think asked me, Mr. Andy, what is this going to do with this talk? Spider-Man. Spider-Man is my favorite Marvel hero. My son, me and my son are favorite of Spider-Man. This Spider-Man is known as financial practitioner are known as financial Spider-Man. Practitioner means you are actually be it as an agent, be it as a financial planner, advisor, whatever. You can be known as a financial Spider-Man because you're dealing with the financial elements of your client, And when you deal with your client in terms of your financial needs, you actually ask a lot of questions, right? All the personal particular plus the financial background, you ask the salary, your income tax, everything right? The will and trust, you open up the entire thing, the asset liability. So you are very important position. You are like a financial Spider-Man. Now, Spider-Man, what I like is that this tagline, Spider-Man tagline, right? I love the tagline. With great power comes with greater responsibility. Great power comes with greater responsibility. When you are licensed in whichever role you are, you're a licensed financial planner, you're been empowered for that license designation. And that licensed financial planner comes with certain responsibility that you need to uphold yourself. All right. The more you're licensed, the more power you have, because the more products you're dealing with your client, the more advice that you're giving to your client, the more advisories role you're playing with your client. And for that reason, the more responsibility you're being expected from the client. Therefore, greater power comes with great responsibility. So my last advice to you all is that doesn't matter whatever title, FP, FA, if you're not licensed, don't use the FP, FA. Remember that. You don't need it actually. You don't need to use, even a license. You don't even need to use financial consultant, even though it is not regulated. Just use your common. If you're an insurance agent, just use insurance agent or maybe insurance advisor, insurance planner. It's okay. Remember I say, be good in what you are qualified to do. If a unit trust consultant, prove yourself to use unit trust consultant, because at the end of the day, client expect you to be trusted. Client expect you to be competent, that's all. Client doesn't really look at your title, the destination. All right. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, I will pause here and thank you so much for your attentions. And I pass back the session to Atika. And should there be any question, I will try my best to answer whatever that is within the scope of this topic. Yeah, thank you so much. Over to you, Atika.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Andy. Okay, we have one question from Wong Kwan Quid, which is the question is, can people call themselves certified financial coach? Mr. Andy, you mute.
Yeah. Okay. Is the question in the chat group? Is the question in the chat?
Yeah, in the chat.
In the chat. Okay, where is it? Never mind, can you just repeat the question?
Okay.
Can someone call themselves?
Can people call themselves a certified financial coach?
I'm glad you asked this question. The more I share this topic, I can share another 1 hour. Yeah, the more such question you ask, can someone call themselves certified financial coach? CFC. maybe Atika, can you type it down? Certified financial coach. Okay, interesting question. Now, so far, the scope of my sharing today is about the regulated financial, what do you call it? Let me just recap the word to use. The scope I'm sharing today is about the regulated destination in financial services practitioner. All right? Can you just give me a second? Okay, the scope I'm sharing today is about the regulated destination for financial services practitioner, all right? So therefore, you have this financial planner, financial advisors, insurance agent, consultant, all regulated by the few so-called Taikola. You have SC, you have Bank Negara, you have company, you have Liam, you have PIAM. So all these have guidelines. Now you are asking about certified financial coach. Is a different coach is not about providing a financial service. I'm just coaching in terms of financial services. So that is from the financial coaching perspective. I did put in my biodata. If you remember, article read my biodata. I am a certified master coach, CMC, because I attended a coaching program, and I completed the coaching program with some assessment, and I'm certified, not financial coach, I'm a certified master coach, CMC in short. All right. And this CMC is regulated by another called ICF, International Coaching Federation. All right. So now you're combining between financial and coach. So my answer is that right now there is no Bank Negara SC doesn't come in and say that, hey, I must regulate this called financial coach. I must regulate. At the moment, none. Right. So anything that's not said at the moment, you can use it lah. But my advice is that the word coach at the back, first of all, you must be certified as a coach first. Doesn't matter whether you're a financial coach or you're a life coach or you're an executive coach. First of all, are you certified? Are you a certified coach? No? Like me, I am a certified master coach. So I have my coaching certificate already. So I can carry myself to call coach, all right? And I'm actually going through a further certification in terms of getting my credential called ACC, Accredited Certificate in Coaching. That needs a lot of 400 hours of coaching. I haven't achieved that. Want to achieve, then I put ACC at the back. So you got to ask yourself whether are you certified in coaching or not first. So if certified in coaching, then you talk about, are you then also qualified in financial practices? All right. So to cut the answer short, often I'll say yes, you can use it because it's not regulated. But I think my suggestion is not to use it unless you are a certified coach. Otherwise, don't use it. All right, Atika.
Okay. It's almost on 4 p.m. right now. Okay, due to time constraint. So thank you so much for enlightening our session just now, Mr. Andy. I'm sure there's a lot benefit that we could take from that session of yours. Thank you once again. We hope that all the participants enjoy this webinar session. Again, I would like to repeat, please submit the e-evaluation form within 2 hours at the end of the session before 6 p.m. today. You may refer the e-evaluation link in the chat box that I already shared just now. And also please be informed that we would like to inform our upcoming new ECPD program, which is on 25th August, which is the title is on Rising Above for Retirement Planning. Feel free to register and continue to learn your professional skill without cross border, save time, save money, but safe and smart. Once again, from Malaysian Financial Planning Council, we thank you everyone for attending our event and we truly appreciate it. Thank you and Assalamualaikum. I will share the QR code for the evaluation.
Thank you to all and have a great day ahead.